Go ahead and mark your calendars. You might even want to set an alarm. On March 3, 2026, the full moon is going to start fading away, not into darkness, but into a deep, ghostly red. This isn't just another pretty thing in the sky. It's a total lunar eclipse, a blood moon, and it will be the last one you can see from the United States for almost 3 years. After this, we won't get another show like it until New Year's Eve of 2028. This is your last good opportunity for a while to see one of nature's most hauntingly beautiful sights. But what's really going on up there? Why does the moon turn red, and when, exactly, do you need to be looking up so you don't miss it? In the next few minutes, we're going to get into all of it. We'll look at the ancient science that lets us predict this exact moment, break down the specific times you need to be outside, and explore the powerful stories humans have told about the red moon for thousands of years. This is everything you need to know for the last great American lunar eclipse until 2029. The cosmic alignment. What is a total lunar eclipse? So, what's actually happening? At its heart, a total lunar eclipse is a simple story about 3 main characters: the Sun, the Earth, and the Moon. Most months, the Moon orbits our planet on a bit of a tilt, so it passes just above or below Earth's shadow. But on March 3, 2026, the alignment will be perfect. The Earth will glide directly between the Sun and the full Moon, throwing its massive shadow completely over the lunar surface. Now, our planet's shadow actually has 2 parts, a faint, outer shadow called the Penumbra, and a much darker, inner shadow called the Umbra. The show starts when the Moon glides into the Penumbra. The dimming is so faint at this point, you probably wouldn't even notice it. But then, the real drama kicks off as the Moon starts to slide into the Umbra. To the naked eye, it's going to look like a perfectly circular bite is being taken out of the Moon, and that bite will just get bigger and bigger. The highlight of the whole event, the moment we're all waiting for, is called totality. That's when the entire Moon is swallowed by the Earth's Umbra. But instead of just disappearing, something amazing happens. The Moon will start to glow, painted in shades of copper, orange, or even a deep, rusty red. And for this particular eclipse, totality will last for a stunning 58 to 59 minutes. The sunset secret: why does the Moon turn red? This leads to the big question: why red? Why do we call it a blood moon? The name sounds dramatic, but the science behind it is even cooler. That red light isn't coming from the Moon itself. It's coming from our own planet. It's the light from every single sunrise and every single sunset on Earth, all happening at once, being projected onto the Moon. Think about it this way: when the Earth blocks the Sun's direct light, our atmosphere acts like a giant lens. It scatters the shorter, blue wavelengths of light. That's the same reason our sky looks blue during the day. But the longer, redder wavelengths of light punch right through our atmosphere, get bent, or refracted, and spill into the Earth's shadow. So, when you look up at the red moon during totality, you're literally seeing the combined glow of all the world's sunrises and sunsets reflected back at you. The exact shade of red can change a lot from one eclipse to another. A French astronomer named André-Louis Danjon even made a 5-point scale to classify it. An eclipse can be a bright, coppery orange, an L equals 4, or so dark and brownish gray that the Moon is barely visible at all, an L equals 0. The color depends entirely on what's in our atmosphere at that moment. Things like heavy cloud cover or volcanic ash can create a much darker, deeper red. The viewer's guide: when and where to watch on March 3, 2026. Alright, here's the most important part: your personal guide to watching this thing. Because this eclipse happens in the early morning for North America, timing is crucial. Let's break it down by time zone. All of these times are for the morning of Tuesday, March 3, 2026. If you're in the Pacific time zone, you've got the best seats in the house. The partial eclipse, when that bite starts to appear, begins at 1:49 a.m. PST. The Moon turns fully red as totality starts at 3:04 a.m. PST and it ends at 4:02 a.m. PST. For everyone in California, Oregon, and Washington, this is a primetime skywatching event. For the Mountain Time Zone, you also get a fantastic view. The partial eclipse kicks off at 2:49 a.m. MST. Totality starts at 4:04 a.m. MST and ends at 5:02 a.m. MST. The Moon will be getting lower in the western sky near the end, but you'll still get to see the entire 58 minutes of redness. For the Central Time Zone, you're still going to see a great show, but you're working against the clock. The partial eclipse starts at 3:49 a.m. CST, and totality begins at 5:04 a.m. CST. It's supposed to last until 6:02 a.m., but for a lot of people in this zone, the moon will set before totality is over. You'll definitely see the moon turn red, but it will sink below the horizon while it's still glowing. For the Eastern time zone, the view will be a very dramatic but very short race against the sunrise. The partial eclipse gets going at 4:49 a.m. EST, and totality starts at 6:04 a.m. EST. But for cities like New York or Philadelphia, the moon will set only minutes after totality begins. This means you'll see the moon turn red for just a brief, fleeting moment right on the western horizon before it vanishes. This eclipse will also be visible across the Pacific, including Hawaii, Australia, and East Asia. Unfortunately for sky watchers in Europe and Africa, this one won't be visible at all. If you're getting excited to plan your eclipse watching night, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. We break down major celestial events like this all the time, and we'd love to have you in our community of sky watchers. Echoes of the past, the human connection to a red moon today. We know a lunar eclipse is a predictable, scientific event. But for most of human history, it was anything but. To our ancestors, it was a terrifying and powerful disruption of the natural order. Can you imagine seeing the moon, your steady, reliable light in the night sky, suddenly get eaten and start to bleed? Different cultures came up with some incredible stories to make sense of it. In ancient China, people believed a celestial dragon was devouring the moon, so they would bang pots and drums to try and scare it away. Hindu mythology tells the story of the demon Rahu, who, as an act of cosmic revenge, swallows the moon and causes the eclipse. The ancient Incas saw the blood moon as a sign that a giant jaguar was attacking the moon, and they were terrified it might come down to earth next. These weren't just bedtime stories, they were deeply held beliefs that shaped what people did. In Mesopotamia, where eclipses were seen as divine warnings, astrologers would actually install a temporary proxy king to absorb any divine anger. Even today, some cultures still hold traditions of fasting or staying indoors during an eclipse, believing it to be a time of uneasy or disturbed energy. When we watch the eclipse on March 3rd, we're doing more than just watching a scientific phenomenon. We're taking part in a ritual that connects us to every human who has ever looked up at this strange red moon in fear, in awe, and in wonder. How to get the best view, your practical toolkit so you know the what, why, when, and where. Now, let's talk about how to watch it. The best thing about a lunar eclipse is that it's completely safe to view with your naked eyes. No special filters or glasses needed. To really make the most of it, here are 3 easy tips. First, find a spot away from city lights if you can. The darker it is around you, the more vibrant that red color is going to look. Second, make sure you have a clear view of the western horizon. This is especially important for folks in the central and eastern time zones, since the moon will be setting during the event. And third, bring a pair of binoculars or a small telescope. You don't need them, but they will absolutely transform the view. Instead of a red dot, you'll see a detailed, textured world, and you can even watch the colors shift across the lunar surface. And what about taking pictures? Capturing a lunar eclipse can be tricky, but it's really rewarding. You'll want a camera with manual controls, a telephoto lens if you have one, and most importantly, a solid tripod. During totality, the moon gets very dim, so you'll have to use a slow shutter speed, and a tripod is the only way to keep the shot from blurring. A good starting point is a low ISO, like 200 or 400, and a mid-range aperture, like f/8, and then just play with your shutter speed to get it right. On the morning of March 3, 2026, as the Earth's shadow falls across the moon, we'll be treated to a spectacle that is both a cosmic alignment and a deeply human event. For nearly an hour, our celestial neighbor will glow with the light of 1,000 sunsets, a final, beautiful performance before an almost 3-year intermission for those of us in the United States. This is more than just an astronomical event. It's a moment of connection, to the incredible scale of our solar system, to the physics that run our world, and to every generation of people who have looked up at this same red moon and asked why. It's a reminder that we're all part of a much bigger, grander story. So, whether you're setting up a telescope on the west coast or just catching a fleeting glimpse on the eastern horizon, I hope you take a moment to see it. What are your plans for the eclipse? Are you thinking about traveling to get a better view? Or are you planning a little backyard observation party? Let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you're going to experience this. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay curious.